Now breaking news this noon. We now know the name of the missing construction worker trapped after this cement collapse yesterday.
We've been leading the way all week on this just tragic story, and we have team coverage for you here at noon. Let's get to WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes with more on that missing worker whose name we now know. Todd.
Well, hearts are surely heavy here in Hebron this noon hour, the hometown of 58-year-old Preston Todd Delph. Hamilton County's coroner has identified Delph as the worker who was buried by a cascade of heavy liquid concrete Monday afternoon. Now, I spoke to the coroner, Lakshmi Samarko, a short time ago. She said recovery crews finally located Delph around 7:45 last night, some 30 hours after a concrete pour on the 7th floor of what's set to become an apartment building with a parking garage at 4th and Race downtown. That concrete pour went terribly awry. Samarko says the position of Delph's body may suggest he noticed the concrete collapsing and tried to escape, but there just was not enough time. She tells me after locating Delph, crews spent about 3 hours painstakingly removing concrete to recover his body. Now, Samarko has already determined the manner of death as accidental. She says her team is working right now to find out the cause of death, which she hopes to make that information available as quickly as possible. Reporting in Hebron this noon hour, Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
4th Street between Race and Elm still closed today. That is where that collapse happened almost 48 hours ago now, and that's where we find WLWT News 5's John London, who is going to explain what will happen next there. John.
Yeah, and there's jackhammer work echoing through this windy canyon of streets down here downtown. The wind has been whipping up the ground debris all around, but we're told there's no impact on what's being done here now, which is removing and clearing all the concrete debris from the collapse area to ensure safety at the site. OSHA investigators, they were here again today. Their work to determine the scope of what they will look at is already underway. The city will look to OSHA for an understanding about safety protocols and whether any violations come into play. Because of the size of this project, an independent specialist was required to provide periodic updates to the city and did so roughly 400 times regarding the work to build these apartments and the parking garage. It's unclear right now how long an investigation will take and how long this project will remain on pause.
Well, there probably is an impact. I mean, I'm sure we're not going to let construction continue until we understand what happened and make sure that there isn't something fundamentally wrong that would want us to pause and redesign. I'm assuming that's not true, but there'll be a delay, yes.
A spokesman for 3CDC, which is in charge of the project, says it's just too soon to evaluate. The first order of business is to make sure the entire site is safe and stable before any work can resume. Once the holiday's over, we're told the project partners are going to get together and discuss the status of the investigation and what remains. Reporting live downtown, John London, WLWT News 5.
Thanks to John for that. Now, the city manager has released a statement saying, in part, quote, "The heart of the city of Cincinnati goes out to the family and the friends of the deceased. I cannot imagine the grief this family must be going through at this time."